Typically, it's about an 8-year process to restore a channel. And that includes identifying the problems of the channel, designing the channel, approving the channel design, and getting all the permits necessary. After that, then construction will begin. And that process can range, depending on how big a project is, anywhere from 6 months to 4 years.
Personally, I stay involved with the project until it's complete. On this project, for example, I was out here in the field with the contractor throughout the entire duration of construction. This project began construction about 4 years ago, and I was out here for part of the time during the entire duration. For projects that require a lengthy period of monitoring post-project, I'm involved with that. I'd like to make site visits to my projects afterwards just to see how they're doing so I can see it for myself. You know, our objective here is to restore the riverscape, and I want to see it through to make sure that we're accomplishing that goal.
So we may be looking at 10 years worth of work here on this one particular stream, and then we'll be looking at a couple of 100 years of benefits coming down the road.
The cost for a stream restoration project can vary greatly depending on where you are in the landscape. Urban projects can be much more expensive. There's a lot more lateral constraints we have to be concerned with. The level of detail in the plans is often much greater for urban projects because we're concerned about all these different issues within the corridor. There's property restrictions that we have to be mindful of. There are often easements that we have to be mindful of, and all that adds cost to the design because we have to make sure that our design is avoiding those types of constraints.
I basically say it's $1,000 a linear foot. So you're looking at a multi-million-dollar, over $5 million project here. That's what it takes to restore 300 years of excessive sediment deposition and unnatural erosion at this location. So the economic benefits, to a large extent, are going to be here and downstream, but this is not inexpensive. This is expensive. This is not a cheap project, and it's still a worthy project. This is the best way for us to reduce the amount of sediment going to the bay that is required from Prince William County.
So there's a lot of variability, but it's because every stream is unique to itself. It's not a cookie-cutter operation. The funding source for these projects are usually helped out by a grant from DEQ. It's called the Stormwater Local Assistance Grant, or SLOF. These grants are for the purpose of doing stream restoration or restoring or fixing our stormwater ponds.
I think the best way for a Prince William County resident to get involved is to attend meetings, find out meetings where stream restoration or just really stream impact projects are being discussed. People like me are happy to come out and talk to you, talk to civic groups, to talk to Boy Scout, Girl Scout troops, whoever's interested to kind of foster that interest in streams. There are a lot of us out here who do this just out of the sheer love of it. Another great way to get involved is to volunteer your time. We're often needing people to come out and volunteer to take water measurements. Sometimes we need people to come out and help plant vegetation, plant trees, plant willows. You know, there's tons of stream work that needs to be done in the county. And really, if you're interested in helping out, there's something for you to do.
Let me recommend that people pay attention to what's posted online here in Prince William County that's locally specific. The Prince William Conservation Alliance and other groups that have information shared about our local area and how we can conserve our green open spaces. There's a lot of green infrastructure planning being done by the county and by the Northern Virginia Regional Commission. Sadly enough, the best way to get involved is not to go outdoors and to play in the woods, but to go to a dull, boring government meeting and speak out and articulate that you care about green open spaces. So you got to have a recharge time to get outside and enjoy what's in the woods, get outside and enjoy these open spaces. And then there's really sort of the homework assignment. If you want to keep these open spaces, you need to speak up during the county's planning processes, during the state's road proposal processes, during the Northern Virginia Regional Commission studies, and articulate that this is important. We only get the government we ask for. If we don't ask for green open spaces, we're not going to get them.